You can listen everywhere to the Philip Maloney podcast.
Okay, so you'll have to excuse my design skills, but I knocked up this infographic taking stats that I'd calculated from a report that I've written, and we can put a link to this and to the actual report when you post this video up to help any viewers if they'd like to read it. But if I start going through some of these, what you notice first of all, and what was immediately apparent to me in doing the research, was what you see in these arrows here. You've got competing factors. What we're seeing in society is child mental health disorders have risen between 2002 and 2018 by 37%, and suicides have risen by 28% between 2008 and 2019. And in similar time frame, 2005 to 2019, we've seen an increase in family court cases. But contrasting to this, we're seeing forces that should be pushing these down. What we're seeing is the marriage rate has dropped when the bride is 44 and under, which are typically your childbearing years, right? So that's dropped by 20%. We've seen the birth rate, drop by 12%. We've seen the divorce rate drop by 37%. And we've also seen domestic abuse police reports to the police drop by 30%. So you've got all of these factors driving down, and yet family law is driving up, and substantially so. The growth of cases is about 5% or so every year. And you've got to start lifting up rocks to understand why, what's behind this.
So those are quite alarming statistics. Thank you for breaking those down like that. That's it speaks volumes, really.
Well, if I take you then, if I come from here and I take you over to this here, this is essentially mapping forward where this arrow is headed. What happens in the coming years if this continues, and you map this growth rate forward to 2038, and whereas over here right now, 20% of all children will go through family court process or be subject to a family court process in their childhood. It's actually more than that now. But by 2038, it will be half of all children during their childhood will be subject of a family court drama with their parents.
So in 2038, so we're talking about 17 years time. So if you have a child tomorrow, that child will grow into his or her relationship years with the projection of 1 in 2.
It will be more likely than not that their parents will separate and take them through a family court drama. Sorry, if their parents, it's more likely than not that they will have a family court drama. No, hold on, that's wrong, because I mapped that on all children. So with the growth in cases, what I also found is that there's now almost total saturation of parents who are divorcing rather than just separating. So where they're married and they're ending the marriage, what we're seeing is that 88% of those parents will turn to family court. There's a definite link. You're more likely to go to family court to battle for custody of your children if you've been married. And what would be the reason for that? Well, it would be that there's a family estate. You're wedded, and there is a financial incentive essentially because the money follows the children. Okay. So there is your incentive. The money follows the children. Whoever has the children more than the other will have a case for having a greater slice of the family estate.